There's been a lot of talk lately about heaven and hell. The standard Christian view is that heaven is a paradise and hell is a lake of fire. Those who accept the salvation offered when Jesus allowed himself to be sacrificed on the cross go to heaven. Those who don't go to hell. But that idea leaves a couple of questions. For one, what about all the good people from other religions? As a Christian pastor recently asked, is Gandhi in hell? Really? For another, that idea implies that the most hateful, murderous people in the world can still go to heaven if they will gasp out an acceptance of Jesus before they die. So others have said that a loving God would not be so arbitrary. In fact, why would a loving God burn even the worst people in an eternal lake of fire? What's the point? This leads to the Universalist school of thought, which holds that all people go to heaven and there is no hell. But that idea has problems too. If we all go to heaven regardless, why be good? If some floozy comes along batting her eyes at you, just chuck your wife aside and go for it. You'll go to heaven anyway, and can hang out there with Hitler, Pol Pot, Stalin, Vlad the Impaler, John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and other nice people. So what's wrong here? Well, these two ideas share one flawed assumption, that anyone going to heaven will be happy, and anyone going to hell will be miserable. This really doesn't make sense. Consider Hitler. If he goes to heaven, what's he going to do there? Torture Jews? That's not heavenly. But he's Hitler. How can he be happy if he's not torturing Jews? People will say that in heaven Hitler won't want to torture Jews anymore. But if that's the case, is he really Hitler anymore? Can evil people have their evil taken away and still be who they are? There's an alternative, though. Let's say that after they die, people go live with other people who are like themselves. Nice, loving, caring people form communities and enjoy being loving and caring toward each other. Nasty, horrible people get together with other nasty, horrible people, and they all try to be nasty and horrible to each other. That way, heaven kind of becomes heaven on its own, and hell kind of becomes hell on its own. People in heaven are happy because they get to love each other, not because there's harp music and someone feeding them grapes. People in hell have a limited life because they're surrounded by people who are trying to hurt them, not because God is punishing them. This leads to some interesting conclusions about life. Basically, after you die, you're going to live forever with people who love the same things you do. So ask yourself, am I being the kind of person I want to be around forever? Would I really want to hang out with me? But I can hear you saying, wait, there's still a problem. You're talking about a heaven where everyone is completely good. But who's completely good? Aren't we all kind of mixed? Yep, we are. When those floozies come along, we want to be faithful to our wives, but the floozies still look pretty good. That struggle doesn't make us bad people, but it's not a struggle we want to have forever in heaven either. But think of old couples, you know, those married 50 years or even 60. Most of them seem pretty happy, like over a lifetime of choosing to love each other, they've gotten pretty good at it. It's hard to imagine that temptation is a big deal for them anymore. They've dealt with that enough that it has little power left. So maybe that's how God is for all of us. If we have truly wished to be good and worked to be good and love the idea of being good, He will take away the little evil desires that still have their hooks in us. He'll take away whatever temptations remain, and we can go happily to heaven, free to be the good people we want to be. Sound good? Yeah, we think it sounds good too. Let's get there together.